man, it has been a long time since I did a pure and simple gear review video. And I kind of miss the format, right? Like testing stuff out, making pretty images, giving you tips on how to get your own pretty images. And so today I have a gear review video for you. I will be reviewing some cute and tiny lighting equipment from TTArtisan. They sent me 2 of these film look on-camera flashes that come with a wireless trigger, and they sent me 2 LED lights. And look at them, they're so cute. They're shaped like little film containers. Now, these LED lights are great. They're multi-purpose, and I actually think every photographer should have like a little LED light somewhere in their kit, just in case you need it, right? And this is a great choice for that purpose. Today though, I am going to be focusing on the flashes because these do some really unique stuff. The on-camera flash look is really trendy right now. I'm going to talk more about that a little bit later. But the trigger allows you to shoot with these off camera, and you can place them in interesting spots, which allows you to create interesting lighting setups on a budget. And they work with my film camera, which is a Nikon F801S. My Godox flashes do not work with that camera, and these do, which is fantastic because now I have a way to shoot with flash on film, which I didn't before. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the specs of these little lights, you know, what they do, features, fun facts, and then I will tell you about how they can help you lean into some current trends in photography. I'll share with you information about how I used them and recommendations for how you can use them too. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, stick around. And my question for the comment section is, are you a flash user or a natural light photographer? Explain your lighting preferences down below. Thank you. Okay, without further ado, let's begin. So, this flash is about the same size as a film canister. I have a film canister here, and as you can see, they are roughly equal. It has its own hot shoe mount, so you can shoot it on cameras that accommodate hot shoes, which is fantastic. If your camera does not have a built-in flash, you can toss this on top. It isn't bulky, but it does work great in low light. It only weighs about 35 grams, which is pretty tiny. It has 4 brightness settings, which you can control by shifting between these little red dots. Click this, there it's at 4. Back to 1, 2, 3, 4. And for almost all of my photos, I just shot at the lowest setting. That was more than adequate for on-camera flash portraits in low light. The recycle time, so how long it takes between flashes, at the lowest brightness setting, the recycle time is really fast. It's like a second. At the highest brightness setting, it is more like 5 to 10 seconds. At the lowest brightness setting, allegedly, one charge will power up to 800 flashes. That to me seems a little optimistic. I probably waited too long in between uses of this, so I would charge it fully, take it out for a shoot, bring it back, leave it for like a week or a week and a half, and then bring it out for another shoot like a week later, and I wouldn't charge it in between, and so it felt like it was losing charge really fast. But at least they're easy to charge because they have a USB-C charging port, so you can charge them with like a phone charger, and they charge up pretty quick. Now, if you don't love the on-camera flash look, you can shoot this with the wireless trigger, which will allow you to take it off the camera and put it somewhere random and then still trigger the flash. That's fantastic. I had a lot of fun with that. I'm actually not like an on-camera flash photographer. I much prefer to place my flash somewhere strategic and then fire it remotely. And luckily, the wireless trigger for this allows me to do just that. One drawback is that the range between the flash and the trigger is not huge. So I actually didn't look up the range before I started shooting with it, and I would leave this somewhere and then walk away, and then it wouldn't be firing, and I would be getting frustrated. Why is it not firing? Blah, blah, blah. And it turns out that the range is only 3 meters. So if you're more than 3 meters away from this, it will not fire. One more detail about these flashes, the color temperature is 5600 Kelvin, which is fairly neutral. It's like on the cooler side, but there's one thing to consider. If you are shooting in a venue, like an indoor venue, with a fairly warm ambient light, this can wind up looking really cold by comparison. So for example, like a hotel lobby or like a restaurant or, you know, pretty much anywhere that you would be having a party, they tend to have very warm ambient lighting. So if your camera's on auto white balance, it's looking at this warm ambient lighting, it's gonna be trying to counter it, and so then when you pop this flash, it winds up looking really, really cold, and in some cases like blue. I would recommend that if you're shooting indoors and you're looking to get some photos with flash and some photos without, just get it like a warming gel to stick it on this, because otherwise it's gonna give you whiplash when you get it into Lightroom, and half your photos are like peacefully orange and the other half are very blue. That's all I had to say about the specs. Let's move on and talk a little bit about the kind of images that this flash will help you achieve. This flash is really good at giving you this hard flash lighting look, right? It's really popular right now, it's super nostalgic. It uses one light, usually mounted directly on the camera above the lens. It is very achievable with these TTArtisan flashes. And this look is very divisive in the photography community, right? But if you're not a photographer, you're probably looking at this look going, yeah, I mean, it looks cool, it looks nostalgic, it looks fun, whatever. And that's good. That's a normal take to have. When I say it's divisive in the photography community, I mean that everyone loves this look except photographers. I'm being serious, right? Like, brands love it, celebrities love it, influencers love it, Gen Z, partygoers, fashion loves it, chefs love it. Your clients love this look. But when someone goes on r/ask photography and asks photographers how to achieve this look, the comment section is gonna be full of people saying, give up on photography because this is garbage. Or, sorry, I'm getting heated. Or they will be like, oh yes, the classic Terry Richardson look. Which, like, I'm gonna digress for a second. Terry Richardson is a honestly very mediocre fashion/celebrity photographer. He used this on-camera flash look quite a bit in his work. He got famous enough doing it that people now associate him with the on-camera flash, which is wild to me because the on-camera flash is like built in to every consumer-friendly camera pretty much, right? Every disposable camera has an on-camera flash, every point and shoot has an on-camera flash. This look that is the most accessible lighting look is somehow associated with this one guy because he took a bunch of really mediocre photos with it. Geez, Yvonne, tell us what you really think. And he used it a lot, sure, but he didn't use it in like an interesting or particularly creative way, right? He just stood celebrities in front of a white background and 100% relied on how hot the celebrity was to make the photo interesting. I don't know, I'm sure he also used a 50mm lens, right? But do we call all photos taken with a 50mm lens the Terry Richardson look? No, we don't. So I don't want to read his name in the comment section of this video. I'm sincerely not interested. He no more invented the on-camera flash than Ansel Adams invented shooting at f/22. Oh, this is the Terry Richardson look, the Terry Richardson. It's not the Terry Richardson look. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Photographers hate this look for the same reason that clients love it. It's popular because it's casual, accessible, and easy. It reminds people of like disposable or point and shoot cameras that have that built-in on-camera flash that fires from this specific angle and gives this look. So when you see a professional photo shoot that is lit this way, it gives a cool contrast between the high-end subject matter and the casual/nostalgic snapshot taking. You know, shooting with this lighting gives the impression that you found this gorgeous model at a party somewhere and just snapped a picture, right? Or you stop this guy in the street for a picture of his outfit. It gives the impression that wondrous and beautiful things can be found in the wild. These ultra-curated aesthetics might just appear naturally alongside everyday experiences. While so much pro photography is designed to elevate the subject into this realm beyond the real, sculpt with light, create these painterly scenes, hard flash photography brings it back to reality. Or rather, it takes this curated, crafted, beautiful subject and puts it in a context that feels as though you might just stumble across it yourself somewhere. That was a lot of words to say what I mean, but I think I get my point across, right? Also, from a purely practical perspective, hard light photography does show texture really well for garments, textiles, and food, and it looks great, right? You can see depth and texture really well with the hard flash look, and it helps the colors and contrast of the food pop. Bonus points if you have interesting glassware that you're serving the food in, or for cocktails especially, it looks really good. This hard flash interacts with glass and ice really beautifully, which is why it's also super popular in product photography. If you have a product that comes in a glass bottle, perfume, skincare, etc., a lot of that is shot now with this hard flash look. This look is everywhere, and once you start looking for it, you will see it everywhere. Literally, all you need to achieve this look is one of these, okay? So throw it on top of your camera, get about 2 meters away from your subject, and bam, you have the viral hard flash look. Maybe that is why photographers hate it so much, is because we spend thousands of dollars on lighting equipment and you can get this look for like 30 bucks. These cost $30, by the way. I don't think I said that in the specs section. Pair it with a diffusion filter for this ethereal look. I know a lot of people really like this look right now as well. I talked about inexpensive diffusion filters last week, so go check that video out if you're interested. You can also pop it off of your camera so it's not like a direct on-camera flash and hold it a little bit above your head, kind of off to one side is very flattering. It gives a very flattering light on the face, still gives you that nostalgic pop of flash look. And I'm getting pretty close to wrapping up here, but I'm gonna give you a few more ideas about how to use these. So you can pair it with natural light to create a two-tone look. You can also mount it somewhere up above your model for a spotlight look. I had to work for this shot, okay? Look at me go. You can also pair it with one of these TTArtisan pocket LED lights, as I mentioned before, and you get like a dreamy street portrait type look with this. You can also have your subject hold the flash in their hand for a very surreal lighting look. You know, maybe they're holding it like this, maybe they're holding it like behind their head or something. Because it's so small, is this the wrong light? Because it's so small, it's really easy to conceal in fun ways for a more unique look. So hours of entertainment, endless possibilities, and it's really affordable. I really want to stress that you do not need thousands of dollars of equipment to be a good photographer. It is really not about gear. I try to emphasize this in a lot of my videos. You can make great things with simple tools. And if you want to try out this really trendy hard flash look, you want to riff on it with your own creative spirit, don't let anyone convince you that you have to dip into your 401k to afford a pro photo flash kit. You can literally do it with just this, right? For 30 bucks. That's all I have to say in today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was helpful, or at least interesting. I had fun putting this video together. I'm always down for an excuse to badmouth Terry Richardson. I'm looking forward to seeing you all again soon with a new video. I think the next one is going to be more sciencey. It's going to be about x-rays and film and why you can't x-ray your film, or why it's okay now. Or you know, the science, we'll see. So stay tuned for that in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, I want you guys to stay sharp and don't forget to keep shooting. Bye guys.